just ruined.
So recently I posted a video where I absolutely got destroyed by Mark Lewis in a 2-kilometer row. And as I scrolled through, looking at all of the comments telling me to fix my form, which was very helpful, I came across this one comment: CrossFit Games champion in the making. What a nice comment. Don't let it go to your head. Don't let it go to your head. It went straight to my head. So I started looking at CrossFit, and as I looked up CrossFit workouts, scrolling through hundreds of different types of training exercises, there was one that kept popping up. M-U-R-P-H. Murph. The Murph is a workout where you run 1 mile, do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then run a mile again. Child's play. But in my eyes, it was the perfect blend between my expertise in being a gym bro and my dream pursuit of hopefully becoming a cardio juggernaut. The Murph is a workout designed to test the fittest individuals on Earth and to commemorate and celebrate the life of Lieutenant Micheal P. Murphy, a Navy SEAL whose favourite workout was the very combination of these exercises, and this event is now named after him. It has appeared in the CrossFit Games Championship many times, and athletes are meant to wear a 20-pound weight vest or 9.1 kilograms. However, I don't own a weight vest, so I'm going to give myself a slight handicap to try and keep up with the best individuals on Earth, because the idea of finishing seems actually quite hard. I actually don't know if I can do this. With relatively no strategy or knowledge of what to expect when we're trying this, let's give it a go. So we're gonna run a mile. I haven't run a mile or really run in I don't know how long. This is gonna suck. I hadn't realized that when I pressed record that my camera was in the setting of slow motion. And unfortunately for me, I caught the whole entire event in grueling 4K, 100 frames per second. However, the issue of it being in 100 frames per second, it showed that my form absolutely is atrocious. It turns out I don't even know how to do a push-up, pull-up, and, well, I can't run. We already knew that. Also, for the 2 miles that I ran 300 meters too far each time. That is completely my fault. I mapped out the distance wrong. Also, air squats. They are the cruelest exercise anyone has ever invented. After a couple sets, it's fine. But then all of a sudden, this wave of lactic acid hits and your legs turn to jelly. And as soon as that wave of lactic acid hits, the idea of running another mile is just torture. So after a comedy of errors, utter disappointment in my performance, I was less frustrated with myself. But my desire to improve and do this with no regrets was there. I couldn't let this be my only attempt. It would be wrong. A few things needed to happen before I started though. First, consume as much Murph content as possible and learn basic tactics and know-how. Secondly, watch to my dismay push-up and pull-up content and tutorials to actually learn how to do them properly. 3, fix the settings of the camera. Don't be an idiot. 4, map out an exact 1 mile route and find a new place to do it because doing it in public is kind of scary. And finally, hire my best mate. Hello. And very imposing person Toby to be my form judge. And with facial hair like that, he'd make any 80s porn star jealous. My previous time came at 35 minutes and 6 seconds. And if I haven't been a half rep Harold, that would have been a really respectable time. However, it doesn't count. So we're starting fresh. No excuses. Right, let's see what I can do. Go! Attempt 2. Let's see how this goes. So starting off the run, we had a few targets in mind. I wasn't worried about my running pace. I just wanted to focus on my breathing and maintaining a steady heartbeat. So in the 2015 CrossFit Games, Matt Fraser and Noah Olsen finished in a time of 39 minutes. And that's of course with a 20-pound weight vest. But this gave me a good target to aim for. I'm nowhere near in their league of fitness. However, trying to hold a good consistent pace might help me improve in the future. So finishing the first mile, we came at a time of 6 minutes 50, not breaking any land speed records, but it set me up in a great position to focus on my nemesis, bodyweight exercises. The strategy I would employ to make sure that I'd conquer the reps was to set it up into 10 sets. 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, 30 air squats. This would allow me to recover and let the muscle groups that were focused on each exercise be fresh for the next set, but also allow me to break it up evenly, so I wouldn't die on the run. A little tactic that you might want to employ when you're attempting any outdoor activity, or even a Murph. Speedy sunnies. Now I know they're very attractive, but they definitely take away at least 2 minutes of my running time. It's aerodynamics. You've got to be aero. As soon as I started doing perfect form, I knew it was going to be a long day. Who knew that doing the full range of motion would make it way more difficult? And I'm not claiming my form is perfect or textbook, and there's still a lot of work to be done, and a couple reps probably don't count. But improvement is improvement, and compared to my last attempt, it's night and day. And all I aim for every time I attempt something is to make sure it was better than last time. Coming into set 4 to 6, movements were getting quite difficult. Doing 30 air squats is actually quite time consuming, and it can be really mentally tough just to crank them out. There was a few times in my head I was definitely going, oh, just do 25. But no, we had to stick with it, we had to finish, we had to make ourselves proud. And push-ups. Who knew that was so difficult? I don't know what it is about this exercise, but I really found it hard. It got to the point where I had to break it up into 5 rep intervals for each time that I attempted the 20 reps, because my chest was screaming. It just goes to show that a big bench press does not carry over into high reps of push-ups. By the time we got to the final few sets, I could see the finish line in sight. I was going much slower compared to my first attempt, but I was much more precise and accurate with how my form was going. But the sense of accomplishment and the euphoric feeling of coming towards the final sets really pushed me to crank out the final mile. As we started, around 400 meters, I realized that my arms were completely and utterly jelly. I couldn't even hold my GoPro. The push-ups and pull-ups had caused a great toll and caused my arms to go to complete jello. And this small GoPro felt about 20 kilos heavy. My arms are jelly. So unfortunately, it got the toss. Coming around the final corner, heading for the final straight, I attempted to channel my inner Eric Liddell from Chariots of Fire. However, this Eric Liddell severely crippled and forgot how to run. But it was only the final few meters. Even though it felt like a mile, we had to keep pushing. This was it. We were gonna finish.
What do you think you got?
41.
41, 45.
This was a great achievement for me. A gym bro stepping out of his comfort zone and doing cardio and pushing himself for longer than a minute. This was unheard of for me. I'm happy I went out there and challenged myself and didn't settle for half-assed effort, because that 35-minute one that I did, yeah, it was fast, but it was shit. You can never settle for anything less than your best. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy and proud of myself that I did it again and gave the workout the true effort it deserves. But the Murph is a great test of cardiovascular and muscular endurance, which I recommend everyone to try, just to see where their fitness is at. Let me know if you've ever done the Murph and what time you got. Also, tell me some strategies and tactics I can use for my next attempt. But overall, thank you for watching.